You're pretty much spot on, actually. Have you ever heard of AOC? Now I can't remember. Ocasta, some girl.
Ocampo. Something
Adrian,
Campo.
yeah,
Huh?
Campos, something like that. I'll remember it later, but AOC
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a short name.
It was
She was
yeah, I remember.
she's a
It
bartender
was
girl. She's young. She's quite pretty, and but a big mouth and no brains at all. No brains. Unfortunately, sorry. She no, she has very, very little intelligence when it comes to politics or anything. I bet you she makes a mean Long Island tea. I believe, but
so she was or is a bartender. Was a bartender.
she was a bartender, and then she got elected to Congress, and she made like, I don't know, maybe a few $1,000 at bartending, and then as soon as she ended up salary of 100 something 50,000 as a congresswoman, and then turns around that and she's only been there like 3 years, and she made a couple $1,000,000 already. Now the mathematics, again, if you think about mathematics, and AOC is not very mathematical, it doesn't add up, right? If you earn $100,000 a year, all right, 150,000 a year, after about 3 years, it does not add up to 2 point something million bucks. So that's what they're saying on the internet in terms of
well,
what
then it
she's
sounds
earned.
like she's the one you guys need. Sounds like she knows what's going on. You should have another look at her before you dismiss her, man. It sounds like
having a look at her is okay, but I think there should be a match between her and Marjorie Taylor Greene. That one, mud wrestling, like my friend said, that would be a cool one. See who wins that one. That would be cool. I mean, we should have some political sports in here somewhere. Instead of just drugs on sports, we should have political sports.
But the whole world now,
yeah,
seems to be facing political issues. I guess everything goes in cycles, right? Climate goes in cycles, economy goes in cycles. It probably hardly even matters who's in charge.
That's
the economy goes up and down. I mean, everybody, they try and cherry pick the stats from their time. Well, this worked great when I was there. Yeah, it worked great before you were there, and it's still working great now. But okay, I'll give you that. It was worked great when you were there. So, you can cherry pick. But right now, it just seems like everyone's tired, right? So we have, in Canada, we don't have the same term limits that you have in the States for the dude in charge. So technically, I believe if our system kept electing Trudeau to be in charge, if his party was in power, he could be in power for like 263 years. Right?
Okay.
So we
not good.
Yeah. So when I first moved back to Canada, it was just election time, and he was just coming in. It was a breath of fresh air. The whole country loved him because he kicked out the last guys who were our versions of the Republicans, who had done great for the first 6 or 8 years, and then everything fucked up, and they fucked up the country. And then Trudeau came in. Things were great for the first 6 or 8 years, and then he fucked up the country. So now we're going to go back to our version of the Republicans. Yeah. They're going to get 6 or 8 years, and they get fucking up, and then everyone's get tired and kick them out, and the next guys come back. It's like, it's true. This kind of brings me back when it's political season, because here we have the campaigning only starts like a couple of months before the election. It doesn't go on forever like it seems to in the States. But anytime there's an election anywhere, you hear like, okay, here's my political ad. I'm going to bring down. When we were in Vegas, here, perfect example, right? We were in Vegas, and there was some kind of elections were going on, some primaries. The vote in some of the counties were like 9% voter turnout. Yeah. So it's like 9% of the people living in that area are deciding what's happening. And the rest of the world looks like, oh, that county, it's a Democrat or it's a Republican. It's 9% So that's true. 5% of the people are Democrat or Republican or whoever won. Just most people don't give a shit because they don't believe they can actually make a difference, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
They'll talk about it. It's like, okay, the housing it's unaffordable. It's under control. We can't let it be. We got that. You got to fix it. Blah, 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 blah. And I think, wait a minute. You're the incumbent. You were the last 2 years or 4 years or whatever. You were the one doing this, and now you're making this whole. We can't have it. It's terrible. We need more housing. Why didn't you do anything?
Exactly. Good point. Yeah, true.
So both sides say that. So if I want to get in, I say, oh, we got to fix that problem. If I'm the one who was in there, I say, oh, we got to fix that problem. So, what the fuck?